The euro has been appreciating versus the US dollar in recent weeks. What changed? Several key fundamentals shifted dramatically in July 2020, causing a new narrative to develop around the US dollar and the euro. In the US in July 2020, it became apparent that the economic rebound, which had commenced in May, was stalling. Virus cases had started rising again, and some states delayed or even rolled back reopening plans. Consumers became more risk averse and curtailed credit card spending, which had been increasing nicely in May and June. Air travel, which had been coming back slowly, saw the pattern flatten. In Europe in July, there were also signs in some countries of the second wave of the virus. What was different in Europe from the US and what changed the narrative around the euro and the US dollar was the policy response in Europe. For the first time, the European Union reached an agreement among all 27 countries to issue debt denominated in euros, bearing the credit risk of the whole European Union and not individual countries. Even more importantly, a portion of the proceeds would be made available to the hardest hit countries in the form of grants. Why were the EU debt issuance and grants so important? A general perception, especially since the sovereign debt crisis back in 2011 and 2012, the general perception has been that a key flaw in the Eurozone construction was the lack of a common fiscal policy. This new bond issue from the EU was a major step in the direction of a coordinated fiscal policy, and it ignited a rally in the euro relative to the US dollar, just as the US economic rebound was stalling. What made the narrative more compelling was that the EU unified policy response was in sharp contrast to the state-by-state approach in the US over how to provide more pandemic assistance. The foreign exchange markets took notice. I'm Blue Putnam, Chief Economist, CME Group.